Ladies and gentlemen, what can you really say? Welcome to the most important, the most exciting so far this season edition of Dennis and the Doc. It is 2:12 a.m. here on the East Coast. I am Dr. Chim Richards, professional doctor, joined by Mr. Dennis Thamanos. We are live somewhere in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we can say. I don't give a fuck. We're at the Even Hotel lobby bar. Yeah, the Even Hotel lobby.
There you go. We're at the bar of our hotel lobby. We are drinking a Fresca and whiskey and orange creamsicle moonshine.
It's good shit.
It's very good.
It's good shit.
We are coming right back from the bar. We ordered a pizza, so this is going to stop abruptly at some point here.
We'll figure shit out.
We'll figure it out.
We might filibuster if needed. We'll figure it out.
We might have guests stopping by because...
Dennis Sr. might be on.
Dennis Sr. very well might be on here. He's had some thoughts tonight.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to maybe get his take on what happened. But we had to do this because we actually haven't potted all week since the tournament came out.
Yeah, we've been meaning to for a while, and I keep getting too drunk and sleeping in, and time gets tight. And
yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, what can you... Again, I paid so much fucking money over the course of this fucking weekend.
Oh, we've spent so much money to do this trip.
I hate my job, and I wanted to quit. I can't do it for a while after this weekend.
I tweeted this out, but we put everything into this trip. Like, we did not go short at any point on it. All the breaks seemed to go against us monetarily.
Yeah, the fucking... Again, if Kentucky just wins that game, we save like $500 because we thought they'd drop.
So before we get to the game, which obviously we're very excited to do, we'll start with that story.
Yeah.
We did not buy tickets ahead of time because, like the sharps we are, we're like, hey, what if Kentucky loses? And then we can just buy tickets for like $30 right before game time. So Kentucky is up 4 at some point in the second half, and I pull up Ticketmaster, and it's, or not TickPick, which are the all-in one.
Yeah.
And it was like 140 something all in.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, that's doable. If somehow Oakland pulls this out, if Golke hits 6 more threes and they pull this out, then we're not buying them. But otherwise, as soon as Kentucky has this game in the bag, we are purchasing these tickets.
Seems like, what could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? The ticket prices just doubled. They just absolutely doubled for no apparent reason. Like, I will stand firm on we did the right thing. We had all the correct rationale as to why we did it. And it just did not work that way. I do not understand it.
I did get a pregnant woman and her husband in the stadium for free. So if you're wondering why the Jays had good caramel today, look no further than Dennis.
The Mr. Dennis and Mr. Dennis Sr. are the reason that
I might have won this game. If you're ranking MVPs, it's probably Jason Green 1, Dennis/Dennis Sr. 2. I might have a kid. If you're in Oakland, Michigan, you see a kid named Dennis a couple of years down the road, that's probably why.
Yeah, so like we'll get to at some point the experience of us being in Pittsburgh because we've got some great stories.
It's been a good time.
It's been a hell of a time. So Jays fans, if you are considering making the trip to Detroit, just do it.
But let us buy tickets first.
Yeah, let us. Don't have the demand go up too quickly.
Yeah.
But just do it, because now I went to New York last year, I went to Louisville last year. This year we finally get one that ends with a win, this trip to Pittsburgh, but I have not regretted a single one of them, this one especially. Just to put it in perspective of, I try to say often enough, like, how much I dedicate to the program, money-wise, time-wise, whatever, emotionally. We had people drive up, so we had 6 of us go to the game today. We had a guy drive from Milwaukee, we had a guy drive in from D.C., and we had a guy drive in from New Jersey today. Like, that's what this fan base does.
And that's not even mentioning the 3 fucking people that
flew from Omaha.
Those are the people who gave the least.
Yeah, those are the people who spent the least. But yeah, so that, like today, Oregon had maybe 100 people there. Their family section, maybe 100. That might even be generous.
Yeah.
We were not rolling as heavy as we do at MSG or we did at Louisville last year, but we were easily 3,000 deep.
Yep.
And that's saying something. I don't know what it's saying, but it's saying something about the commitment level of our fan base. you will find no one who is harder on the team than Mr. Dennis.
And I have to be hard. Again,
apparently you have to.
I tried to be positive for one fucking half, and we saw what happened. So, if we've learned anything, it's that Ashworth, you give him an inch, he takes a mile. I have to just fucking hate on him. Like, this whole week, I'm going to be combing through Ken Palm, combing through Bart Torvik. It's going to be a generational fucking hating performance. Like,
but so the point, though, is that
I don't know.
No matter how much of this, like, negativity people call it, we do, I don't give a shit about that, honestly, because I care so fucking much about this program.
You gave me an alley-oop there, and I just caught it, dribbled out, and took like a corner three. Like, I don't give a shit. You drew the help defender, I caught it, even cocked it back, and I just like power dribbled
I can't think of another time that might have happened this weekend. But yeah, so the game ended.
I fumbled with the bartender.
He fumbled with the bartender.
She had a collarbone tattoo. Yeah, I saw her friend and I got spooked.
Yep, it's happened to the best of us. But the game ended not even 2 hours ago yet at this point. We stopped at a bar on the way back. I mean, we'll get to, like, your most general possible thought about this game.
It's nice to win one. It's the Kevin Malone gif of, like, and if any of you fucking comment like it's pronounced GIF, I don't want to get banned from Twitter, but
do that thing.
Do something.
Yeah,
do the thing that got me banned. Like, it's just nice to win one. I've been kicked in the dick so many goddamn times just to come out ahead once. Yeah,
because, like, the theme of the weekend was, what if everything just goes our way? We all just kept saying that.
Yeah.
Because admittedly, we put together the best, like, pick your best bet winners parlay that you've ever seen. Like, just all-time performance.
Yeah, we did.
From a betting standpoint
from the group,
out here.
At this point, there was 4 of us, and I said, guys, I need one winner. And we went Bama. So, Bama, Illinois, Iowa State.
Yeah.
And then Dennis Sr. had Utah State, which we hated, but we said, we need one leg you hate. You can't love every leg, and 16-point outright win. So that dug in. I would say that dug into a little bit, but I threw so many stupid parlays down this weekend, just erase that.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll still call it a good
a
betting weekend.
It'd be a little better if we could have just won in regulation and Oregon covered 4.5.
Yeah, I think that would have spared us. But, like, so our immediate reaction after was, surely that's the greatest game in Creighton history, right? Like, not from
we did beat a 15 seed.
We did beat a 15 seed. Not necessarily from a play standpoint, because, like, it was painful to watch at times, but we lose that game so many times. Yeah. We lose that exact game so often. Like, it's not even funny. So, like you said, it's nice to finally win that game.
I wish Tennessee played better today, because I feel like to win with a couple exceptions, like 2018 Nova, 21 Baylor, to win a championship, you got to play like shit once and find a way to win it.
Yes.
And we found a way to win this game. Unfortunately, Tennessee also played like shit and found a way to win.
I was going to say, they're probably thinking the same thing at this point, right? Like, all right, Creighton just got their shit performance out of the way. What are we? We've talked about this. Like, I really hope this game on Friday is just an absolute flamethrower.
So, again, I don't want to get banned from Twitter. I'll do the thing if we lose to Purdue or Judas, but, like, I can handle a good, like, Tennessee. Like, let's just show up with our B or better game. As the security guard walks by, we bring the drinks a little closer. But yeah, like, let's show up with a B or better game, and let's see what they can do. Like, Tennessee's a very good team. The line open too. That seems fair.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. But that's a fun matchup to look forward to. And again, like, if you want to get to where you think you should be, you got a little spoiled by last year. You're gonna have to beat a good team. Like, you're gonna have to beat a damn fucking good team.
The chips don't always fall where we're playing Princeton in the Sweet 16.
Which is a little why we got so angry that we were 15 seed, 5 seed, 9 seed away from the championship, but that's in the past.
And you know what? Like, Tennessee's a great team. I think there is absolutely no shame in losing that game to them. But sometimes you just win that game.
Dennis Sr.
Mr. Dennis Sr.
Dennis Sr. cameo. Let's get some thoughts.
The elder Mr. Thamanos. Yeah.
Let's get some thoughts. Yeah. We got a za on the way, by the way.
Yeah, the pizza is coming.
It was $13 for an extra large. I walked out here and he's like, guess the price, and I went there. I thought it was like
13.
40.
I know what I'm doing. I know how to order.
What if we
pizza
just
with
keep
the
winning?
custard.
Yeah.
What if it? See, that's what I said.
What if
Ladies
we
and
just
gentlemen, what if
keep
it just keeps
winning?
happening?
Yeah.
So it wasn't all great this weekend. We had the Badgers go down yesterday.
Yeah. Surprise, fucking surprise.
And I mean, let's just say, like, JMU's a good team.
Yeah.
They're just a good basketball
Clearly.
team. Yeah. So
Bad matchup.
I think that one will hopefully age well. And
Hashtag
they'll
Gardo,
go get a
Gardo
win.
out.
Because if they beat Duke, you look at it and you say, like, okay,
Gardo
fine.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gardo out.
But tonight's game, you say like best game in program history. Like, was it the win over UConn? Nah, it's a regular season game. This was surely the most stressed that Creighton fans have ever been about a win in program history. It has to be. I don't know how you do it any other way.
Yeah. It's got to be number one.
As a lifelong Creighton fan, what are your
It's
thoughts?
lifelong Creighton fan.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a special night. I think when you look back at it, you're going to say this was a well-coached team tonight. The amount of points they got out of timeouts,
Yeah.
highly efficient in a one-possession game that decides it. The amount of buckets they got coming out of timeouts should not be forgotten or dismissed.
No.
And credit to the players for executing, but credit for the coaches for scheming some stuff up that really worked tonight and played a big part in the victory.
Yeah, because that's something we've been saying all season, right? The McDermott's blobs are ranking number one in the country. His
Remember when
sidelines
somehow
are.
people got mad at me for saying that.
Yeah.
The UConn game, and I was like, Greg's in his bag, and ATL's like, "There's the fucking players executing. Come on." It's like,
People get mad
how
at
do we-
you for.
How do we manage to get mad? At
The
that?
default setting for you is just to get mad. By the way,
Yeah.
first guest in the history of our podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Wow, what an
so
honor.
Welcome.
What an
honor. Dynamite drop in, by the way. But yeah, so McDermott tonight, like, he used, I think, 2 of his 7 or 8 timeouts or something like that. But clearly you look at it tonight and you say, yeah, there was some purpose behind that. Oregon had nothing left at the end of that game. They gave everything they had just to stay with us, and
We have American Dad on you in the background. The service dog is absolutely beating the shit out of someone right now. And goddamn, is it
sorry
funny.
if that just didn't get us, but
if you're an American Dad fan, hopefully you know what scene I'm talking about. But fuck, is this good writing? What's going on?
but
Oh.
this is great content.
Yeah, it's like Snoop Dogg and a white principal.
That was strange.
Yeah.
Where was I?
ATOs,
Timeouts, yeah.
not
His
ETOs.
because that was every timeout we got, we used effectively, but he had to balance. Do I take a timeout here? Do I make them run? The Seton Hall game is the one you look at and you say, like, yeah, that was the precursor for what happened today. That playing Baylor 55 minutes in that game, Trey and Kalk playing 53 minutes in that game. That's why you get what you got tonight. So it's what Jeremy Anderson, I think, is the
Jeremy
name of our
Anderson, round of applause.
strength and conditioning guy.
Jeremy
Anderson
Pat
drinks.
yourself on the back.
Tip of the cap.
I hope somebody buys you a very nice drink this week in Omaha.
With some orange moonshine.
Yeah, some creamsicle. See,
Yeah.
this is a Tennessee drink.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
It's a creamsicle moonshine. That is a
Yeah.
Tennessee drink.
Yeah.
So
It is striking when you see like Dante doubled over, even at the end of regulation and throughout overtime, grabbing his shorts, and Kalk you just expect it now. It's like taking
Yeah.
for granted. Oh, he can go the whole time.
yeah,
It-
there
it's-
was a moment in double overtime where I think Kalk just hit the 3 and we got a stop on the other end. And we walk back. Dante is doubled over, standing
Yeah.
next to Kalk, and Kalk just has a smile on his face, like literally I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Like it was incredible to watch. That's what we've been waiting for all season. That's the payoff for playing basically a 6-man rotation all season. But you talk about a payoff for paying a 6-man rotation. How about finding something off the bench? How about finding 7 rebounds in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
And maybe the biggest putback in Creighton history.
Again, I said it the UConn game, I don't know how much talent he has. And if we can ever find a way to like improve his talent, he's going to be a hell of a player. But god damn does he play hard. He does the intangibles, and to see him rewarded for it, it felt good. And he needs to get more minutes going forward. Like, the amount of extra possessions he got for us tonight alone is probably the difference.
Well, you say Greg, everyone says Greg's reluctant to trust the bench guys. Like, right, that's the theme of his career. He played almost every minute of both overtimes. Like,
I was going to say both overtimes he was out there the whole time.
If that isn't trust.
We were begging for him in the second half, and I do think we should have went to him earlier.
Probably. Probably.
But come overtime, it was the big four in Green.
Yeah.
And he
if
played
Miller
hard.
or Farabella's giving you nothing, why isn't he out there?
Yeah. And this was just, it's like, that's honestly one of those things you look at now and you say, like, okay, that's a weapon to have all three of those guys available because they each play well against a different kind of opponent, against a different kind of scheme. So this Mason had a couple of plays tonight, but for the most part was just drifting.
Yeah, he was doing cardio.
Yeah, Farabello looked like he was just getting lost in the weeds out there. Like the problem with Farabello,
Oregon did properly realize with Ashworth and Farabello, and I always say this joking, like you close out on the three, they pump fake, take the dribble, like okay, like now what are you gonna do? Like Farabello, you're 15 feet away. Huh? What are you gonna fucking do?
Yeah.
Nothing. That's what you're gonna do.
It was a moment last year where I was at my lowest opinion on Farabello. I think it was in the Big East tournament where he pump fake drove and threw it off the side of the backboard on a shot attempt. I'm like, okay, just hang out around the. But that's what I mean to say though. Every one of those guys has a game or a team where I think they could contribute. Tonight was Green's, and did he ever? 4 points, but a very important 4 points. Missed a bunny in there somewhere.
Yeah,
but,
he did.
I mean, Baylor missed 2 layups. Kalk missed a couple of putbacks. So, it's another one of those things you look at and you say, oh, we escaped tonight. I hate bringing it up, but we probably won the shot quality by 20
Shot
points.
quality banner. God, I said, God damn, is that banner gonna look nice next to the beat of 15 seeded? For all you people negative, I had to go to the dark place today.
You had to.
We've learned, Ashworth, you cannot be nice to him. You have to get on his ass. This is not a team that you just positively encourage. Mac's a player's coach. You need good cop, bad cop, and I have to play the role of bad cop.
I thought you said bad cop, bad cop.
No, yeah. See you going in there. I'm I gotta top that. Yeah, and I'm I had to go to the dark place. I'm sitting there angry. I had to yell at him. I had to do what I had to do. And
I mean, you talk about going to the dark place, though. The difference between where we were at with 40 seconds left in regulation versus 40 seconds left in double overtime.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone that low to that high in
I did say,
in 20 minutes.
I did say money over your mouth is I said I'm the worst fucking live better of all time. And I said, here's what I'm going to do. Oregon live, under live. And first of all, the fact that neither of those hit is disgusting. But also, I had to do what I had to do. I had to lose money for the right to spend another 500, fucking 800 bucks.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, so if you're looking to go fund Chim, we could use some help next weekend.
Kevin Garnett to win the tip, Celtics money line over 16.
I was going to say, do we just at some point this week we just get every one of us on a LAN session and try to make some money back?
Uncut gems, I'll sub to the OnlyFans. This pod will be exclusively on Patreon for $1,034.19.
No, we just need to get somebody's just got to get an Airbnb that we forget to pay, and
it's on Boosters got one.
I was gonna say, can we get some boosters to fund the hotel rooms for all of us?
Any booster, if you're listening, first of all, why? Second, I'll get so fucking rowdy in exchange for an air mattress. I'll bring my own air mattress. I just need I need an 8x8 box.
I was gonna say, give me a pillow about the size of my head, and I can probably
I'll snuggle.
Yeah,
I'll snuggle.
Because I swear that's the loudest I've ever been in public during double overtime. Yeah. So I'll bring it again, I promise. I live and die on every single basket.
We fought tonight.
We have a lot of living right now.
We fought tonight. Did we ever fight tonight?
Where's our fucking pizza?
I was just going to say, you should probably pull it up. Look at the email. Or it probably sent to my email.
Yeah,
honestly.
If you entered your email, I'm going to guess that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. All right, bear with us while we check on the status of our pizza.
2 minutes.
Jesus. This place closes at 3, so we shouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Just ramble on about Ashworth or something.
Ashworth, I mean...
How about any surprised at how much they put Baylor on 5 for the Ducks.
On Kuznard?
On
Yeah,
Kuznard, yeah.
We needed length. Yeah. I got into a talk with the drunk Steelers guy at the bar, but Shireman is the NIL success story of.
Yeah, he is.
We needed length on him. It seemed like Trey was too small, and I mean the fucking 3 he hit it over. I weirdly, once it got to overtime, felt like we weren't losing. Like even when he hit the 3, I was like, that sucks. But I'm like,
yeah, it was a hell of a shot.
It was again, they played their ass off, and I do see Oregon fans on Twitter saying like, "Oh, you beat our hospital team," which like, yeah, that might be true. But
it doesn't matter this time of year.
Yeah, whoever the fuck your trainer is, like, you've been hurt for 8 straight years. Maybe hire someone else at Packers. But yeah, the Kuznard shot, like I was like, that sucks. But, like, we're winning this game. Like, tough shot. Yeah, I was worried when Baylor picked up the one quick one. But I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see. Does Baylor and Connect guard each other?
Yeah, and that should be just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. Like, don't hate me for saying this. Like, if we lose to Tennessee, I'm not gonna be mad about it.
Depending.
Okay, of course it's always dependent on how.
Every time I say this, there are avenues I get upset.
Yeah.
And
if we come out and
they're probably most avenues, if I'm gonna be honest, because somehow I end up upset a lot.
Especially if I go and I invest myself in it.
Yeah.
There's just no way I'm not getting upset by it. But no, like, good team, tough matchup. Like, I don't believe in the whole, like, Rick Barnes can't get it done. And I'm like, it's different players every year. I think there's some randomness
can't
in
get
that.
it done until they can. Like, Jerry Wright couldn't get it done until he won 2 titles. Tony couldn't get it done until he won a title.
Yeah. So there's, like, maybe there's something there, but not enough where I'm going to pretend it's,
Yeah, this was, I mean, they shot 3 of 25 today and found a way to win, or whatever the fuck it ended.
It was a lot better than that at the end. But Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
not us. No. Yeah, that's how we ended up shooting 38% from 3. Which, again, to be fair,
they all went in when they mattered. Yeah, because it was Ashworth had 2 threes in between the 2 overtimes. Kalk had 1, Trey had 1, Baylor had 1. Right?
The Kalk 3s.
The Kalk 3. It was literally because when he caught the ball at the 3-point line with like at the under 4 of the first half.
Yeah.
And we all looked at each other. We're like, not yet.
Not
yet.
I'm the number one Kalk encourager just because I like a fucking big man shoot. So I hit him with a knockdown, and everyone said no. And then caught in double overtime, hit him with a knockdown. And goddamn, that fucking guy squared up.
He shoots 29% all year to hit the biggest 3 of his life when it counts.
29%. He fucking shoots.
Because that's, if I'm going to be honest, that's the difference between this year's team and Creighton teams from years past. Is Creighton teams from years past will shoot 40% from 3 all year and then miss the ones that matter.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we've not shot the ball that well from 3 this year, but every single time we needed one tonight, we had it. So, what can you say?
We're gonna have to figure out if we retire the Ashworth tweet.
Which one?
What if we get hot from 3?
What if he just makes his threes? You got to keep it rolling now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty popular, which I kind of don't understand, but funny enough, this is like one American Dad episode I've seen. There's a great line in here.
I think our pizza is out for delivery, so
good.
any moment I might be getting a call that interrupts this pod. So
okay, good. So I mean, what else is our topic of the day?
Did we give Ashworth enough time yet? Like,
dude, I need to be negative. Like, make a fucking shot.
It was painful.
Yeah,
it was painful until it wasn't. And that's basketball, I guess. If you're gonna play 50 minutes, just make sure the last 20 are good.
Yeah, I got too positive on him yesterday, and it's kind of my fault. He started bad, and I need to motherfuck him.
If you think this is a podcast that doesn't believe in superstition, you're in the wrong place.
No, I'll never. How did she just fucking snag that baseball?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
She just hit a. What the fuck?
Apparently, this is a very captivating episode of American Dad.
I've
Admittedly, I've never seen American Dad.
I haven't. I've seen it a couple times. I've never enjoyed it, but yet I watch it sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is the dad gonna fuck his son?
What?
She's controlling this girl. He's like in a robot suit. This girl's not real. Yeah, look. That's the dad.
What? Okay.
How did she do that? Guys, I'm just saying, American.
Words.
What
Please bear with us.
Yeah, this is crazy. If you haven't seen American Dad, you need to watch this shit. This is... However off you think we are right now, Seth and the fellas were way worse.
Because, all right, yeah, to put in perspective what's happening right now, we've ordered a pizza. It's like, what, 2:30, 2:40.
240.
We leave for the airport in about an hour and 20 minutes. Me and one of the other members of the traveling party have 6 a.m. flights.
Dennis's dad.
Yeah, and
Dennis's dad.
Mr. Dennis Sr. has most graciously offered
He
to
did
take
confess
us.
in the hotel room he regrets that offer, but yet here
I was going to say Rourke was going to do it, but he's asleep now, so...
Well, get his ass up.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm in now.
Yeah, we're in too
I'm
deep.
committed. Seeing it through.
Had to do what we had to do.
This is like what I said at the very beginning of this weekend. You do what you have to do. It's
Yep.
the journey that has to be made.
Find a way
That's
to
right.
do it. That's what I said earlier. It's like, it's just nice to win one. It feels like you always end up on the wrong side of these games.
And you might next weekend.
Probably.
But for now,
Dude, all right.
Tonight?
So again, as much as I've said, like, if we both play good against Tennessee, I'm fine losing them. If we lose to Judas and or Zach Edey,
and or Edie. Yeah, it'll be a rough night.
I've threatened suicide against Edie. I'll put that blood on his fucking hands, dude. I hate him so much.
See, like, for me...
I do like the tweet who said, like, what happens if Kalkbrenner plays Edie?
I said that.
No, well, and your boy NY Post Braziler said it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nose ball.
Wow. What is it? Blind squirrel finds
Blind
a nut
squirrel
every
finds
once in a
nut,
while? Yeah, the universe just implodes.
Yeah,
the refs just stand there and malfunction the whole game.
Fuck, dude, I can't lose this.
No,
MVP.
it's for me. It's if we lose to Nemhard. Like, that's
if we lose to Judas.
Bob,
That would hurt.
Bob Carey pedestrian bridge.
Yeah.
I am coming
Bob
for
Carey.
you.
Omar from the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge is gonna need to have a fucking night.
Well, if I'm in Detroit, like I'm crossing into Canada one way or another, and if they have to shoot me, they'll have to shoot me.
I'll just go to Detroit and say the word.
Yeah, where's 8 Mile? How far is it from the stadium?
Yeah, me and Bad Rabbit or whatever Eminem's character was are gonna. God, would that be? I don't think I could watch sports again.
No, I would give up completely if we lose to Nemhard in the Elite Eight.
Okay, let's go to a dark place again. You have to choose. I hate Edie more than you do.
You do, yeah. Because, again, Mr. Dennis is a Wisconsin fan, so having played Edie, 3 times this year?
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
understandable.
Not trying to put my water bottle through the TV in that Big Ten championship game when he drew 15 fouls while getting called for 1.
Yeah.
The restraint I showed that night is all time.
Yeah.
The stuff of legends. Would you rather? I mean, I guess you don't. Would you rather lose to Judas or Edie?
I think I'd rather lose to Edie. I think it would hurt more to have one of your own.
I agree.
If he goes and ends up going for 15 and drops 12 assists on you.
Counterpoint. Alexander tied. 7 seconds left. Up for the floor and he's fouled. Foul on Nemhard. Oh, I don't know about that, Ian.
Wow, would that be something?
Oh my God.
That's what I was convinced was happening tonight. I'm pretty sure it was like 16.2 seconds left on the clock in regulation. I'm convinced. I think that was the exact same amount of time that was left last year.
Oh my God.
God, with that.
I'm probably way off on
I'm
that.
probably
but-
married right now if that foul doesn't happen. I'm convinced. So yeah, after 12 hours in the car, I forgot I had a full-ass whiskey bottle in my alcohol bag, and I just came to my room and fucking chucked it. And I forgot I had a glass whiskey bottle, and there's no worse feeling than that thing hitting the ground and just hearing it shatter. And you guys will never believe this, but girlfriend was none too impressed. And Yeah, we got in a little argument. And I think one of us slept on the couch that night.
No matter how much the girlfriend says she understands
She
the way you
understand.
feel when you lose, they
She
do not
didn't
understand.
understand.
They do not.
Oh, she probably.
Spoiler alert: it doesn't get better with age.
I would
Yeah.
imagine not. Yeah.
So here I am, single.
I actually feel more judged in my age.
Yeah.
Like they expect you to grow out of it, get more frustrated with you when it doesn't happen.
I was in bad shape last night. There's this girl I casually texted, like, oh, did I say? She's like, you just kept calling me hot. I was like, I don't know if I believe that. But
Yeah, not a great night for
No,
Mr.
not a
Dennis
great
last
night,
night.
no.
We did our best.
minor
You didn't-
setback for a major comeback.
Yeah, because we had I had some guys with me tonight that were from my freshman year class. We all lived on the same floor together, and they vividly remember, like, we lost to Xavier that year when they were number 1 or number 2, and it was a bullshit foul call on Ronnie Harrell. I remember
nickel.
it like it was yesterday.
Heinz
Yeah.
Doofenshmirtz if I had a nickel.
But they were remembering, they were like, I went to Gallagher, I went back on the 5th floor, and I absolutely tore that wall to shreds. so they were like, whatever happens tonight, just don't do that in the hotel.
No.
So yeah, that stretch run might have saved me some deductibles, some damage fees. You never know. Anyways, losing is hard. Dude, it's very hard to take losing well.
We don't do that.
We don't do that. Other people might. We do not. What else? Trey tonight was an interesting case. Like, honestly, I felt like he was kind of falling apart at times.
Yeah.
His shot, he just did not look like he had his legs under him.
No.
Could not follow Cuisinart. How do you say it? Is it Cuisinart or Cuisinart?
I think it's Kuznard.
I could not follow him around at all. Like, the difference between when Baylor was on him versus when Trey was on him, it was a world of difference. And they were doing the same thing. It's like, again, like, Dana's not an idiot. They constantly set off-ball screens for him. They made whoever was guarding him run through screens all night.
It's cool.
But Baylor had much more success on it. And I got to look and see if Dante was still setting quality screens with Baylor on him, because he was getting away with... He had his leg out. He was hip checking a little bit on the screens, which is, all fair, and because they never call that shit on anybody. You gonna refill?
I'm
him?
gonna refill. You need more.
All right, I'll solo banter.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
a
you got
little while.
Mr. Dennis.
Yeah.
here, too,
He's
if
staying.
you need
Okay.
to- You need to pick a roll.
But so that was another thing.
No, I'm good.
That was another thing McDermott kind of changed on the fly tonight, and I would say he had a very high degree of success with his adjustments tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those where you can question some of the rotation stuff and who was out there, but by and large, it was a pretty. You got to give them an A for what they produced today, and just the creativity again, going back to what they did out of the timeouts and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a big deal, and hopefully, credit to him for keeping Green out there.
Yeah, that's not like him at
No,
all.
that bucked the trend.
Yeah, you rarely will see him trust a freshman that much. I know he's not a true freshman, but guy who played, probably averaged 4 minutes a game all season, and he's playing 2 overtimes when you don't have anyone in foul trouble.
Right.
I
It wasn't
can't-
by necessity. It was just.
It was just he earned it.
Yeah.
Every time out there, he got us more shots. Like, at one point, I don't know if it stayed that way. I looked, I think, at the under 12 in the second half, like we were out rebounding them. And I think that changed because that's when they started just getting the Dante putbacks like crazy. But that's not a position we're usually in. We were turning them over more at that time than we had been at any. Like, I don't think we've beaten more than 2 teams in turnover margin at any point this season.
Yeah.
So, we didn't make a lot of shots tonight, but we took a lot of shots.
Yeah.
We rebounded some shots. We did what we had to do, and he was a huge part of that. So,
Yeah. Yep.
it's one of those things you kind of hope it doesn't, get to him too much. Like, he was definitely enjoying this one tonight, and he deserved to.
Yeah, for
He
sure
was
he did.
he was the post-game interview on our local radio. Like, you deserved it, but gotta get back at it next week. Now you got 4 days to get right, and a big challenge awaits. Like you look at that game, you say that's our biggest tournament test of this era, probably. Because we played Gonzaga. That was Kalkbrenner's freshman year, where we played number 1 overall Gonzaga in the Sweet 16, and that game was over before it started.
Right, that was a mismatch.
Yeah, so you look at it now, you say, all right, we didn't really play anyone for real last year. We haven't played anyone for real yet this year. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Oregon's better than their record and better than their seed and stuff like that. Like, there are plenty of single-digit seeds I would have rather played than Oregon tonight.
Absolutely.
Wisconsin.
Like
fucking
plenty
places.
of them. But so this will be the biggest game of this era of Creighton basketball. Like, if you find a way to win this game, I think you have put your stamp on. You did something.
There's a very different. As someone who, where's this fucking pizza, dude?
It's taken a little while.
As someone who likes to downplay the Princeton win, beating Tennessee's completely different.
It says it's here.
Okay. Where's the lobby?
It says complete, though, which it usually doesn't say until after we have the pizza.
Okay. Well,
if this delivery person just ate our pizza,
I will Zach.
My mood will change very quickly.
I'll motherfuck this team for the shit they pulled with the covering that goddamn spread.
Do you want to maybe check the lobby?
Yeah, I'll head down. Beating Tennessee, different. Okay.
Yeah, I'll pick up on his thought. Yes. All right, we have our pizza, so we're gonna pause real quick.